That phone out. Oh.
It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give cause that's your birthday. You can find me in the club full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill up, I'm in the habit.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll start out here with the option left. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, and to stop him short of the first. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Oh, some strong running. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this in the red zone all the way inside Denver's 15. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He'll look to throw. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he'll get about 6 there before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Here's Nix. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun is Nix. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Darnell Mooney, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
You talk about this Falcon defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Throwing Nix. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Flushed out right. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them. No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point.
There he goes, right side. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins to the 36-yard line. Stop there. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Perry, the man in motion. Nick's going to tap this forward. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw, here's Nix. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going. It's Nix. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Nix. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a 2nd and 6. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Nix to the air. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Bo Nix taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Looks good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relevant. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
To throw is Nix. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On second down, it's Nix. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Broncos at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Here is 3rd down and 4. Nix from the shotgun. Forced out to his left. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd and 2. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
On the move to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Escaping the pressure right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Bass is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points in the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now 2nd and 3. And now an audible here into something else. A throw left side, reeled in by the rookie wideout. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that.
In motion left goes Sutton. Nix now on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Harvey. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd down and 3. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Nix buying time to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. Check. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 44, Mike, 44. Let's go, defense.
Back to the air with Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Check. Tens the mic. We want this. Mike 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break. Nix. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
44, Mike, 40. Foco's the mic. Mike's Foco.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
44's the mic. 44's the mic.
And we heavy on the edges, heavy on the 79 Broncos.
44's the mic. Check. I got you.
Nix throwing on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. That's pulled in at the 32. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They begin the drive with Robinson. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. 2nd and 9 now. And complete to Drake London. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They're going to look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he's stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Oh, they're changing this at the line. Looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. He'll look to throw. That one deep for London. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Drake London, 32 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Next score, Falcons 31, Broncos 7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver.
I got you. 19 Mike. 10's the Mike. 10's the Mike. Let's go. Mike 10. Mike 10. Mike 10. Mike 10.
Looking to throw. Nix is going to find his running back. It's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now they'll change things up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
10's the Mike. 10's the Mike. You can't block me. You can't. Mike 10. Mike 10. I got you.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
2nd and 11. Being chased out left. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That is caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll look to throw again. Dancing to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up.
Boy, you trying your best to keep Vic. Trying to rush Vic, ain't you?
That's an excellent job defensively to force them
too hard.
Down.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Up the middle they go. Harvey, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Throwing on 2nd down, Nix. Throw left side complete. That's Harvey. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. Back to throw. Nix. He finds his man, complete. That's Harvey. And he gets it down to the 32. Only able to gain a couple there. And it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Looking to throw. Nix. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Perry, the man in motion. To throw on 3rd down. Nix. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Bo Nix, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead down to 20. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And now they'll shift things around. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flush to his right. This pass is caught by London. And he's taken down right away, but not before he crosses the 50 and gets to the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Personal 80.
Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Robinson up the middle. 138 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 4. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
They'll run with Robinson. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Robinson will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. Rolling to his left. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
10's the mic. 10's the mic. Watch the curve.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Hey, you don't want to see me. 44, Mike, 44. Danny.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Handoff now to Robinson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby. All right, they've got a terrific training center in Colorado Springs. You train at the altitude, the lungs expand, you go down to the regular, oh my goodness, they can go all day. And in fact, a lot of visiting teams, when you visit Denver, you know what's printed in your locker room? Welcome to the Mile High City. The air is rare. They get in your head that way.
So for the Falcons, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week.